Hey there, it's Nick.
And it's Leah.
Real quick thing before we get going. Did you know that we have a new benefit on Patreon?
I did know.
Yes. So if you want an ad-free version of our show, you, of course, can continue signing up for Wolves Plus exclusively on Apple Podcasts. But you can now get the same benefit when you join us on Patreon as a moon howler or higher.
A moon howler. I want to be a moon howler. I am a moon howler.
You are a moon howler. Yes. Yes. You are the very definition. You're the model moon howler.
Boy, do I moon howl. Also, you're not only getting the ad-free version, you're also getting all of our Patreon content.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's tons of bonus content, which you've never seen if you haven't joined us on Patreon. So please either join us on Wolves Plus through Apple Podcasts or join us on Patreon.
Come moon howl.
Hey, everybody. It's Nick Layton.
And it's Leah Bonema.
And we had so many great questions from you all in the wilderness
Ow!
that we have a bonus episode. So here we go. Our first question is, quote, I love nothing more than brushing my teeth before and after a long flight. What is the correct etiquette for teeth brushing at airports? Never should I ever? Or only in remote and uncrowded restrooms with at least a sink buffer in between myself and other travelers? Or have at it?
I love a toothbrush after you get off that plane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like brushing my teeth. I'm into it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And it's good for those jumpers.
Yeah, it's also good for your jumpers. Yeah, so I don't think we live in a world in which you're not allowed to brush your teeth at an airport. Like, that's not a world we live in. So where in an airport are we allowed to brush our teeth?
Yeah, I think as long as you're in the bathroom.
Right, yeah. So I feel like that's the place. Yeah.
You're in the right place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're doing it at the seats.
Right, and like I can't do it in a stall. I mean, I guess I could like wet my toothbrush and then go into a stall and that. But
no, because you don't want to be by the toilet.
I mean, honestly, though, the toilet is probably cleaner than the sink in some of these bathrooms.
I just don't want to be looking at the toilet while I'm brushing my teeth. That's why the sink is there. It's for washing hands.
Right.
And people brush their teeth near sinks. Like we are human beings with teeth that need to be brushed.
Yeah. So I feel like the sink is fine. And I think, yes, if we can use the sink that's farthest away from the door or have a buffer sink, I think that's nice. I think I would go for that.
But if we can, I just think we would just be careful throwing our elbows. And when we, spit out, I would not do a big,
Yes, I think we want dainty spitting.
We want to keep control of the flow.
Oh, yes, we definitely want accuracy.
We don't want to just flowing out the sides, knocking the people to our left and right.
Yeah. And I think gargling, I don't think we want aggressive gargling.
That would be so funny if you did a full gargle and just in between two people.
And I guess that's the rule, right? I think that's the rule. I think we don't make eye contact. I think we pretend like we're alone. And I think it's important for other people to not try and make eye contact with you. I think we want to like have a little bubble of privacy.
Yeah, I think ideally, as Nick said, we go like all the way down. So we have one side where there's nobody
right
on one side and we can kind of, and then we don't spread ourselves out so nobody has space.
Oh, yeah. Let's not like take out all of our toiletry bags and like spread it. Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's just be in our little bubble, do a little bit, ba 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 ba.
Boom.
Boom, done.
Okay. So our next question is, quote, here is a situation that came up at a friend's dinner party the other night. The dinner was set out buffet style, and everyone grabbed a plate and got in line to get their food. The host was serving the main course and placing a serving on everyone's plate. On the buffet was a salad, the main course, and a plate of cookies. A friend in front of me took a portion of the salad and placed one of the cookies on his plate. The host saw this, and as he was serving the main course, reached over to the guest's plate and removed the cookie, putting it back and said, "Those are for later." When dessert is on the buffet, is it incorrect to take it along with the rest of the food? If it wasn't meant to be taken, why was it there? Wouldn't you set out dessert later if you didn't want anyone to take it along with the rest of the food? Can you help us clear up this confusion? My friend was embarrassed as the other guests saw what happened.
I feel like even if you didn't want them to take the cookies during the thing, that was a rude thing to do to the guest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, am I 5? No cookies for you. No.
Yeah, I don't like
what
it.
What are we doing? And also, you touched my cookie and then you put the cookie back? Like, why would we do it? Now you're touching cookies. No.
Now everybody's getting a handsy cookie.
But no, this is bonkers. I mean, this is a bonkers thing. Yes, traditionally, dessert does come at the end of the meal. Yes, but at a buffet, the buffet contains components of multiple courses. We don't have an appetizer buffet and where we go up just for appetizers and then we sit down and then we go up again for the main course. No, we are getting both of those courses together. And if dessert is also on this buffet table, then it is completely reasonable to think that, oh yes, the dessert is also being served. And so I will take that portion now too.
I feel like if you didn't want people to grab it, don't put it out.
Don't put it out, right? Because like, how would you know? How would you put out cookies on the buffet table? How was I supposed to know? Also, I wouldn't want to run the risk of not taking a cookie, coming back for it later, and now there's no more cookies.
No cookies. That's exactly it.
That would be my concern.
You're running a risk of no cookies.
Yeah, and I don't live in that world. I mean, cookies are one of my favorite things. I think between brownies and cookies, like, it's a hard call for me. But I think those are like my top dessert items.
What kind of brownies do you like?
A classic, fudgy, edge piece.
Oh, you like an edge piece? Hello.
I'm an edge person.
Okay.
Yeah. Very dark chocolate. I like salt on the top because I really like salty brownies. Leah's writing this down. I feel like I might get a Christmas gift that's related, which I'm not upset about.
No, I just like, I just have a list now that I know you like edge brownies.
Yeah. Yeah, like there are brownie pans that actually only make edge pieces. They're like specially designed to only create edges. It's like a little like spirally thing. It's like, how genius. So I like that. Huh. And dirty secret. Oh, I don't know.
Tell us, Nick.
I do enjoy there's a place for it. There's a time and place for it. It's not everywhere.
Wait, let me write down what I think you're going to say and then.
I don't think you'll guess it.
Okay.
I do enjoy a boxed brownie. I like a Pillsbury. I like a Duncan Hines. I do. There is something about a boxed brownie for me feels very nostalgic. I can think of my grandmother. And so there is the taste of a Pillsbury boxed brownie that does kind of taste like Christmas.
That is not what I wrote down, but I love this for you.
So, I mean, I do prefer like a Valrhona chocolate brownie with fancy Prue Grub butter, but I'll take a Pillsbury.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm very complex. So for this, I mean, this host is so rude.
The host is so rude. It really hurt my feelings when I read this one. I felt so bad for your friend.
Yeah, those are for later.
I feel like this is something that would happen to me. And so I just really felt it all the way. Even if it wasn't something that would happen to me, I would have felt it all the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see myself doing this because of what Nick said is fear of no cookie.
Yeah, no, I would have this fear. I think this host, reading between the lines, this is a host that is missing the forest for the trees. This is a host that is more focused on making their event perfect, quote unquote, and forgetting what the point of entertaining is. And I think that disconnect is why this happened. Because if the idea of entertaining was, I just want to get people together who are important to me in my life. I want them to have a nice time. I want them to get to know each other. I just want to have a nice evening. And I want people to have refreshments. I want to have some fun food. Like, I just want to have that be the vibe. And if that was the spirit, then like, have cookies. Have cookies first. Have only cookies. Whatever you want. Have some cookies. And I think this host was so focused on, this needs to be correct, that they forgot the point.
Yeah, I think that's a very good call, Nick. That's what seems to be what it is.
And so I think they are an inexperienced host. I think that's my read here. And so I hope that they also have a learning experience, which is if you do not want their guests taking cookies, do not put them out at the buffet. Or let them, because they're all adults. And if people want to have a cookie, let them have a cookie.
Let them.
Let them. Yeah, finally, that philosophy makes sense to me. And now it's time for Intermezzo.
Intermezzo.
So this episode is brought to you by Acorns.
Acorns, plural, because it's many seeds.
And Acorns is a financial wellness app that makes it easy to start investing for your retirement. Because the sooner you start, the more of a chance your money has to grow.
And you don't need to be an expert. Acorns recommends a diversified IRA portfolio that can help you weather all of the market's ups and downs.
Sign up now and join the over 1 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $2.2 billion for their retirement with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/WYRBW or download the Acorns app to get started.
Read the disclaimer, Nick.
Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/WYRBW. And now it's time for
Intermezzo.
So this episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile.
While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. Make the switch to Mint Mobile. With plans starting at $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on the nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed you're used to, but way less money. So while your friends are sweating over data overcharges and surprise charges, you'll be chilling, literally and financially.
And it's super simple to set up. You can get an eSIM or a physical SIM card, and you just use the app on your phone. Boop, 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 and it's done.
I love that.
So this year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/WYRBW. That's mintmobile.com/WYRBW. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5GB plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. So, our next question is, quote, I have a group of friends who like to attend storytelling events together in our city. Think The Moth or similar local storytelling series. The tickets are general admission, with doors opening about an hour before the event. To catch up on our lives, our group will usually go to dinner somewhere close to the event beforehand. My typical approach to this type of situation would be to plan enough time to eat at a nearby restaurant and then arrive at the venue early enough to get fairly good seats. I wouldn't stress about the seats or feel a need to arrive immediately when the venue doors open. One of our friends, let's call her Lisa, has a strong preference for the best seats available. She will meet us at dinner, then abruptly dash to the venue when the doors open to drape our jackets across the best seats to reserve them. She will then return to the restaurant to finish eating with the rest of us for 45 minutes or so. This allows us to finish our meal without worrying about snagging good seats. Although I enjoy moseying into the show with 5 minutes to spare and sitting down in the best seats in the house, I have felt uneasy about my friend's practice of reserving seats and leaving the venue. There's something about this practice that feels like a loophole, and I tend to be a rule follower who sees loopholes as cheating, or maybe rude. Note that in the summer, when we're not wearing an extra layer due to the hot weather, my friend will come prepared with a bag full of clothing items to drape over seats to reserve them. This makes me especially uneasy, as it feels premeditated. Is my friend being rude? Am I complicit for following along with her plan?
It's cheating.
Yeah, it's cheating.
It's for sure cheating.
Yeah, because you're leaving the venue. I think that's the key detail.
Yet she runs over, puts coats, and then comes back and just continues on with dinner.
Yeah. I mean, this is like people on cruise ships called chair hogs, where they wake up at 7 a.m., they go to the pool deck, they throw stuff on a pool chair, and then they go back to bed. And then they go to breakfast. And then at 10 a.m., they go to the pool deck and their chair is there. And it's like, that is rude. That is so rude.
Because imagine if everybody was doing it.
Well, that is why we have etiquette. Because etiquette is the way we all navigate the difference between doing the things that we want to do for ourselves selfishly and how to live in a world in which everybody else has that same instinct. And etiquette are the rules that we come to some compromise.
And I understand that you're sort of in a hard position because you're basically going to have to say to your friend, like, I can't be complicit in your loophole cheating. So I understand why it's hard to say that, because you are making a comment on your friend's behavior when you say that, but you are obviously uncomfortable with it and for a good reason.
Yeah. And I don't know how I feel about the bringing the decoy clothing.
I know that. I mean, that is like a whole other level. Like now,
well, is it though? Because like already I've left a venue. I've left dinner. I've gone to safe seats. I'm going back.
It's the same thing, but to me, it feels like another level just because now there's fake props.
Now there are props. Yes, I brought props.
It's like hot outside and you have like a full
Winter
pea coat.
Yeah. So I don't love that. Yeah. No, I think we need to do something differently. I think if you really want good seats, or this friend really wants good seats, then she needs to not join you for dinner. I don't love the idea of her going to the venue early and saving 20 seats either. But at least if she's physically there, holding 6 seats, let's say, I feel slightly better about that.
Or you can just get the seats you get when you get there.
Right? Yeah. Or we could leave dinner earlier. Like we could leave dinner 45 minutes to spare. And we'll continue hanging out and catching up in our seats at the venue.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do. I would suggest, hey, let's just leave a little early. This makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think that's exactly how I would say it.
And then they're going to probably push back a little bit.
Yeah. Like, oh, what's the big deal?
You could say, well, the big deal is you're a cheater.
You're a cheater. You are destroying the fabric of society. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that.
I mean,
because you are destroying society. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Like, Dustin and I, Dustin will be like, I'll just hold the line. You go do the thing. And I think that's totally fair. You can hold the line if there's 2 of you in the line and one of you wants to go do something. But I can't do it. I feel so bad, walking back in front of the whole line, being like, no, I was here. I just don't go because I know I'm too uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, that's a different thing.
It's a totally different thing as a me thing. But I'm just saying, I know I'm uncomfortable, so I don't want to sit there. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a finite resource, and you are unfairly taking advantage. Yeah. I mean, if the venue was smart, they would do what cruise ships do, or some cruise ships do, where they would actually put a little sign on the seat at a certain time, which is like, hey, we noticed you've been gone. If you're still not back by, another 30 minutes, we're going to give up your chair. And the venue could just police this maybe a little harder.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Right?
I mean, I just think you're allowed to feel uncomfortable about things and be like, I don't want to participate in this.
This feels like taking advantage, and I don't want to do that.
And if I had a friend and I was a seat holder and I did it and my friend was like, oh, this makes me feel bad, I'd be like, oh, okay, let's just go early then.
Yeah.
Because I like to have the certain seats and you don't like to hold seats. So let's just go early. That way I get my seat. You get to not feel weird about me holding it. And we'll just continue on at the venue.
Yeah. And the venue opens about an hour in advance. So that's not terrible.
That's not a terrible amount of time. Hang out for an hour.
And I bet this venue, probably has some beverages of some sort. A snack, a junior mint.
A junior mint. And if not, you could slip a little junior mint in.
Are we allowing outside food and beverage?
If they don't have snacks available?
I don't want to be on the record for this.
Okay,
this feels dicey.
This does feel dicey, but I do like a junior mint. I want to say I went to a play last week.
Okay.
And there seemed to be no rules about bringing your own snacks, but they also had snacks. But I guess this is probably everywhere, but I loved it so much. There were women at the door where if you had snacks, they had scissors and everything ready to open up your package, and then they poured it into a paper cup.
Oh.
So there would be no noise making. No crinkling. And it was just such
Isn't that clever?
Delight.
Okay. Yes, if we can't stop people from eating, at least let's make it as quiet as possible.
Let's just be quiet about it. And it was so fun. So we were all there with our little paper cups.
That's good.
And our little snacks.
I mean, the next level to that would be only allowing soft, squishy foods. So we only allow gummies.
Well, I only bit down during louder songs.
Oh, that's very conscientious. Yes.
I can't eat when, you go to eat and then all of a sudden it's like a quiet monologue.
I was at the theater recently and somebody was eating. I mean, I don't know what they were eating. It must have been Pringles, the crunchiest thing ever invented. And they decided that the time to take a bite was not during the applause break, wasn't when it got loud. It was during the quietest, softest, during the death scene.
No.
That's when we take the bite. That's when I need to satiate my hunger. When somebody is pouring their heart out, very quiet on stage. That is the moment we'd pick. Yeah.
No, that's the moment you gum your food. You gum it until it's...
That's the moment you do nothing.
No, but I mean, if it's already in your mouth, you put it in and then all of a sudden it gets really quiet.
No, you don't have to do anything. You can just be still.
Trust me. You could just gum it quietly and then it will get moist enough that you can swallow.
No, I don't want to even hear I don't want to hear that.
Nick, I could gum next to you and you wouldn't hear it. Let me check. Next time we go out together, I'll be like, did you hear that?
Oh.
I was gumming.
Okay. I'm going to make a note on my phone.
Can you
next time
save a note?
I am dining with Leah Bonema. We are going to test the volume of your gumming.
Because what happens is you put it in your mouth and then all of a sudden the music stops.
No, I know how.
You were going in a loud moment and then it changed. And then the food's in there.
Uh-huh.
That's when you got to gum.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right. Noted.
All right, I'm putting it in the calendar. Gumming date.
Okay. So our next question is, quote, we are 4 women aged 75 to 84 who have enjoyed traveling occasionally, but meet regularly to share a martini at one another's homes. Our travels are congenial because we are all willing to acquiesce to the other's preferences for dining and activities, and we particularly enjoy playing canasta, sometimes during the day and sometimes late into the night, a game for 4. We have recently planned a 6-day trip out of the country, which is coming up in 2 weeks. 2 days ago, we were informed that one individual in our party invited her daughter to join us and actually booked the trip without consulting any of us. She simply, quote unquote, informed us in an email that her daughter was coming. This will profoundly impact the dynamics of our trip because we have our system of travel together and it has always worked splendidly. When confronted about our annoyance, this quote-unquote friend said she never thought it would be a problem and didn't understand why we would be upset.
I think this speaks to a global issue, which is anytime you do something different and when you're doing something with a group of people, you might not think it's a thing, but always ask first.
Yes, it's an etiquette crime because we were presumptuous. And anytime you presume, you can run into trouble.
So that's global.
Yes.
It doesn't even matter what the subject is. If it's a group,
Yeah.
and then you change something that is never something that the group does, it should be brought up to the group.
Yes. And it did catch my eye that this was a quote-unquote friend now. So they got demoted real fast. Like, this is a group of people who enjoy traveling together, playing canasta, and now it's quote-unquote friend. So this was pretty damaging.
The other word that is quote unquoted is informed.
Yes. Like, this is happening now. Yeah, I mean, this is like having a dinner party and somebody just shows up with extra guests and didn't tell you and was like, it's fine, right?
Well, and the dinner party lasts at least a week.
Right, yes, and I can't get rid of you. Right. And you're going to change my menu and our activities. And it's a totally different dynamic. Right.
Well, and then I assume also because they travel together, they probably also have a certain way they split rooms, and now everybody's going to have to change how they do everything. So it's...
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, it's not what I signed up for. And so, letter writer, you can be totally annoyed by this. Yes, this is rude.
And the thing is it might be totally fine. You just put it out to people first.
Right. I mean, it's not going to be fine. But yes, it would be nice to ask for permission. Hey, my daughter is interested in joining us. What do you think?
Well, it might have been okay if it was brought up earlier and they figured it out and talked about it and everybody had their feelings.
That's true. It's sort of like when you're boarding an airplane and somebody has taken your seat and they're like, you don't mind, right? And it's sort of like, oh, now that you're already in my seat, we're not negotiating.
Now we're not negotiating, yeah.
If you had asked and you hadn't already taken what's not yours, then like, oh, I might have been more open to this. But like, no, you crossed a boundary and I'm not going to be accommodating now. So what do we do about this? What do we tell our letter writer? An etiquette crime has taken place.
We say it has been brought to, what should we call ourselves?
Oh, Nick and Leah have weighed in on this and they deemed this rude.
Brought to the board.
We escalated your case to management.
And they said, anytime a situation is changed, when it was agreed upon by the group, it is rude.
So I think the rules have changed. So our letter writer is not obligated to go along with this trip anymore. If our letter writer would like to back out, I think that is totally well within her rights, which is, hey, I was kind of looking forward to this type of trip. Totally understand if your daughter wants to come. That's not the dynamic and the vibe I was looking for. I'm going to bow out of this one, but, look forward to traveling with y'all in the future.
It sounds like everybody now wants to bow out.
Oh, you get that sense?
Our annoyance.
The
whole group.
Oh, yes. Oh, we all are annoyed. So, yeah, could we all bail? I guess we could all bail.
How funny would that be if the rest of us just switched our trip? Ooh.
I mean, I'm not against that.
I mean, it's your money, it's your vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, it is your money and it's your vacation.
Neither here nor there.
But
I wonder if this daughter is not a nice person.
Oh.
Because I kind of feel like if it was like a person that everybody loved being around.
That definitely could be something. Yeah.
Because if you were like, hey, I invited some sunshine to come with us, you'd be like, oh, I love sunshine. But it is the point that we weren't asked.
Yeah, just being
That's the
told
point.
something. And I think there are a lot of people who just don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
So I think that didn't help here.
It definitely is a dynamic change, regardless of if you like the person or not. That's not important.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have 4 women, aged 75 to 84, who like having some martinis, playing some canasta, and that's the vibe that we're doing. And then we have like a daughter. And it's sort of like, unless the daughter likes playing canasta, a game of 4, which, I don't know how we squeeze an extra person into our canasta game.
And I mean, you might have if you'd been asked. I mean, even small things, like a friend recently invited somebody else to go along with a thing that was just going to be the 2 of us.
Mm.
And then I didn't want to go anymore.
Yeah, it's like I signed up for a one-on-one.
And then I told them wasn't the night that I was up for.
And were they fine?
They were like, oh, I didn't think of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, great. Great response.
And then we all got what we wanted.
Right.
I think what happened here was you had the conversation and then they refused to be like, oh, I didn't think that. I'm sorry, I got excited, I jumped, I should have run it. What this person should have said was, I'm sorry, I didn't think of it. My bad.
So sorry.
I already invited her. Could we do it this one time? You know what I mean? And that's the conversation.
Some contrition.
Just a little bit of something.
Just a smidge. Just a sprinkling, a dusting. Yeah, there was none of that.
There was none of that.
Yeah, so often it's never the crime, it's the cover-up.
Like, I've invited people and then been like, I shouldn't have done that. And then I call the person and I say, I did this. I wasn't thinking. I should have asked you first. How do you feel about it?
Right. Yeah, we didn't get any of that here. So, trip is canceled.
Nick is going
That's it.
instead.
Oh my gosh. I've never played canasta. I think I mean, it's a rummy style game, I think, right? It's a card game.
I love rummy.
So I think, yeah, I guess I could probably figure that out. Yeah. I like martinis. One martini. 2 at the most. 3 I'm under the table. 4 I'm under the host. That's an old Dorothy Parker quote.
It's fantastic.
So our next question is, quote, what should I do if I'm trying to walk by someone, but you both keep trying to go the same way? Should I freeze or just get past?
This is so fun because it happens so much.
I imagine it happens to you a lot.
It happens to me all the time. The sidewalk dance. Oh.
Yeah, oh, no, you go. Oh, no, you. Oh, no, oh. And it is not about width of the area, because this happens in wide areas. This happens in narrow sidewalks, hallway. Like, doesn't matter what the environment is.
Oh, yeah. It does not.
And it would make sense if we all just decide to go to our right. If we're in North America, or do it on the left side if we're in the UK or Japan. But if we all just pick the same side, that would avoid this.
Well, I think what happens is you walk into, you're almost to a person.
Yeah, you're on your phone,
and then
not paying attention.
And then you panic. I'll be paying complete attention. And then we just both step the same way. And then you do that, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you both immediately react by stepping the exact opposite way at the same time.
Yes.
So it's not even a logical, we should just both go to our right. That would be make the most sense. It's just like you're reactive.
Oops. Oh, I'm going to do the other thing.
Yeah.
But you also had that same instinct.
But you don't want to stand there because then you feel like you'll be like, I'll wait for you to move. That's what it feels like. But one of you needs to stop. One of you needs to be stopping.
You feel like when I freeze, I'm making a judgment?
No, I feel like if I was to freeze, I would feel like I was being like, I'll let you do it. I don't want to give that vibe.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I wouldn't feel it if you did it. I would be like, oh, this just makes sense.
Oh, okay. So you don't mind if I freeze, but you wouldn't want to freeze because you feel like that is aggressive.
Well, I wouldn't want it to come off aggressive. Although if you froze with a smile, you know what I mean? If you froze with that look like this is annoying, then I would think that was aggressive.
Okay.
I've told Nick about this. I apparently have a long-standing war with a woman on our block who has a dog that I don't know where it started, but I'm pretty sure it started with me actually trying to walk around instead of making her decide which way she was going.
Okay, because like she's walking a dog on a leash and like the leash is like crossing the sidewalk.
The crush is crossing the sidewalk and the dog is slightly, I'm unsure of the dog. And then I tried to walk around just to like give them space. And then she somehow took that like I was making a comment of some way. And it has unleashed this hatred.
And how is this manifesting?
I get nasty looks. Somehow we always end up at the store on the corner at the same time. She said something to me once.
What did she say?
She said, something about my impatience.
Oh, like, oh, you can't wait for my dog to stop blocking the sidewalk?
Yeah, meanwhile, I was just trying to give them space and not make them move.
Okay.
But I was like, if this is the world you've decided that is happening, then I'm not going to get in a fight with you about it. But I mean, it's really,
like, I'll show you impatience.
it's really
This is
unbelievable.
not that.
Yeah, I was literally just giving you all the space you needed to deal with whatever situation is happening with your dog.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my dogs involved in it, but she's made it. It's this whole story in her head. But now apparently we're at war because, I mean, I walked into the store at the bottom of the block and she was in there with her dog and she just went the other. I mean, it's like a whole thing.
Wow. I think it's good to have a nemesis. I think that makes life interesting.
Yeah, but I'm not her nemesis. I'm not getting involved. Like, you're having a battle with somebody I'm not. I literally was just letting you live your life.
Yeah. It is fun that it's one-sided.
But, that's the thing. Like, when you try to give people space, so some people just take it so personally.
Yeah, I think the best approach is lighthearted. Oh, isn't this silly? And I think we do the dance a couple times. I mean, it always resolves itself.
It
I mean,
does.
I'm not still standing on a sidewalk somewhere. Like, at some point, I was free to go.
We were taping this outside because I was still waiting. I have had people, I hate it when I do a lighthearted laugh. And then they look at you like, please check yourself in somewhere.
Oh, that's on them. They're just not having a good day. Like, we can't get involved in whatever's happening in their world.
No, what I'm saying, it's nice if you just do and then you just go about your business.
I like tossing out a golly. Oh, golly.
Sidewalk dance, anything that's like a silly, here it is again.
Yeah. Like, oh, excuse me. Oh, no, you go. Look, after you.
Oh, I like it after you. You could just stop and go after you.
I feel like that actually is probably what I do. I would like to think my tone is nice and not like aggressive, like after you. But no promises. But we're working on that.
I'd like you to come to this block and do an after you to this lady and see how she takes it.
I said after you.
I said after you. I don't think the thing is she doesn't want to move faster either. So she doesn't want me to walk around. She doesn't want me to move faster.
No, she wants you to enjoy her dog walking the sidewalk.
And it's just like a cloud of negativity.
Some people also just have that vibe, and that's just like their deal. So
have you seen those memes going around that's like, imagine you're hating me and I'm just over here believing in unicorns. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm literally not doing anything.
I've not seen that meme, but is that the story of your life?
Yeah, I'm literally not doing anything. And she's worked up.
Yeah, no, sometimes people create narratives. So what should you do if you're trying to walk by someone? I think you want to lightly get out of the way. So a jump out of the scene, maybe? So that's not a freeze, but it's a jump out?
I think what's going to happen is that say you both step to the same side.
Yeah.
What usually happens is then you both step to the other side. So what you could actually do is do more of a step to the side that you stepped.
Oh, keep going.
And then go after you. I like it after you.
Oh, keep going. Don't reverse. Okay, that's the advice. Don't reverse direction.
Everybody's reversing. We're all panicking and reversing. We're being reactive.
Right. Don't reverse. Keep going. And then give an after you. So sorry. After you.
And let's all try it and see how it works if we keep going.
I mean, I think our instincts is not to keep going.
No, everybody goes the other way.
And do you always have room? Yeah, I mean, even if you're in a narrow hallway or sidewalk, you would have an extra inch or two.
You could have an inch or two.
And even just the act of moving in that direction would maybe give the space required to break this logjam.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Listeners, try this. Let us know if this technique works.
Because you know what it reminds me of is when you're playing, what are we calling it? Paper, rock, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Mm-hmm.
Say we both did rock.
Yeah.
You need to do rock again because the instinct is to switch.
I see. Okay. Oh, you giving away your strategy?
Well, then you have to know, because I gave away my strategy, would I actually not do that? But I'm saying the instinct is to change, not to keep going in the same direction.
There's actually a Japanese game called Kompira, which is very fun. It's like played in tea houses. I don't know how old it is. I think it's been around for a long time. But it's the idea of there's a box on the table and you basically have to either tap the box or tap the table in special ways. And you can also take the box and you kind of go back and forth. And the idea is like to try to trick the person into like, oh, did you take the box or not take the box? So it reminds me of like a similar instinct of like, being very mindful of what direction someone else is going in. So maybe that's what it's about, just being more aware of people's movements.
I like all this. We're getting into etiquette psychology. What do people react? What are the most statistically are the ways that people will react?
So I think we need to play more paper, rock, scissors? Is that what we're calling it?
What are we calling it? Maybe we
It's
should
rock,
just
paper,
really.
scissors.
It's rock, paper, scissors. I'm gonna really.
That's what we call it. Yes, rock, paper, scissors.
I'm gonna throw a spanner in the works and start calling it scissor, paper, rocks.
Or we can play Compira.
Let's do a compira.
Yeah, great. So you out there, do you have questions for us? Oh, yes, you do. So send them to us. Send them to our website, wereyraisedbywolves.com, or you can leave us a voicemail or send us a text message to 67-CALL-RBW. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Leah, one more thing.
What?
Have you signed up for Patreon yet?
I have.
Me too. You out there, have you signed up for Patreon yet? No? Well, go to our website, wereyraisedbywolves.com, click on monthly membership, check it out, because we would really appreciate it if you'd support our show.
We love your support.
We would. So please do that, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.